showing what I've got here. This is one of my forges. This is an old farm forge. It's a charcoal one. That's a gas forge. It runs on LP gas. This one's a hand crank, which is what I'll actually use when I first do the first project. This is a tool stand I recently made to put hammers and tongs and brushes and copper plates and that for pullers and chisels and punches and whatever. Got to have some more here, which I've actually got. I cut this steel up the other day, and then I've got to make another rack down here and along here for more punches and what have you. It's all good fun. Two anvils I've got. This one here is a 200 pounder. It's a 200 pound Peter Wright, which I've got a camera on, which is there, and it's a heavy sucker. I'm making new stands too. That's going to be a project between here and the woodworking shed too. I'm going to make some trapezoid timber stands from the anvils with coopering steel on them. So that'll be a project coming up very, very shortly. So this one I do most of the big stuff on if I'm, oh yeah, I've got a couple of snakes here I'm making. These are out of rebar, which is pretty tough stuff. So when I'm really hooking in and using big hammers, this is the anvil I use here, mainly. Then when I'm doing smaller work, the other anvil I like to use is this fella over here. This one's a 60 pounder or 30 kilo. What I was doing before when I had stuff between my legs was, with this one here, if I'm splitting something, I like to put timber between the legs and then grab a punch or a hot set or something or other and work like that. I've got a hold down I can put in there, which is over there, and I'm making another hold down out of some bike chain. But in order, if this is alright because this is flexible, but if it was a bigger piece of material, I've actually got to stand up on tiptoe to get that level on the table of the anvil. Whereas when I'm using this one, it's at the right height. I can comfortably stand there and split it and do whatever I like there. So this is at a different height. This one, the Peter Wright one, is supposedly at the height that it's meant to be, which is dragging your knuckles across the top. If you're standing up straight, maybe might be half an inch too high, but for me it suits me really quite well. The theory, so I've read, the theory is that if you've got it at this height, when you come down with a full blow, when you come down with a full blow, the face of the hammer is on the table of the anvil, and your arm is straight, so you're not wasting energy. If it was up here, for example, I go down like that, and I've still got a crook in my arm. So if it's high, I go like that. So I've got all this energy built up here that's wasted. Whereas if I come down to a full extent of my arm, like that, I'm not wasting anything, and my arm's relaxed when I get down there. So that's the theory on that one. However, sometimes I'm doing other work and I want it lower. That's when I use this one, and I can still get down there, but the difference being, if you look at my posture, this is stuff that not only have I read, I've also experienced. That's what I'm passing on. Posture here, I'm standing upright, right? No bending in the shoulders, nothing like that. That's not a drama. Whereas when I come to this one, to get the same thing, I've got to lean down like that. And what's the difference between the two? I don't know why I did that. Doesn't matter. I'll fix that bit up later. Okay, this is my favourite hammer. I couldn't even tell you the brand of it. It's a Farrier's hammer. It's a 2 pounder. It's got a rounded face on one side and a flat face on the other. So I can flatten the work as I go. That's a flattened hammer. So if I've got many marks left by this rounded part, I can actually flatten the work out using that. And that, the number of people who have come in here and gone, oh, it's out for flattening things. I go, yeah, and they pick it up to do that, and then, oh, I get to them very, very quickly and discourage it, because the theory behind it was not theory. The way it's used is that's actually put on the steel, and then you hit the back of the flatten with your hammer, and that flattens it all out. Although I don't like using my forging hammer for hitting punches and stuff like that. I much prefer to use a ball peen or something that's a general purpose hammer. What's wrong hammers? We've got a 3 pound or a 4 pound. I don't know what that is. I measure it. It feels like a 4 pound. 4 pound copper hammer, and that's when I'm cutting stuff on the hardy. You can really belt into it, and if I do cut through, which you're not, the idea is not to cut all the way through in your hardy, but if you do, your cutting edge is only going to hit the copper, and you won't damage the edge of your hardy. There you go, with 2 of those, and that's a 2 pound copper rawhide hammer, which actually came out of my mechanics toolbox, which is in the shed a little bit further down there. So that was it.